Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about cardio and strength training and deciding which one you need to do first. Can we do them on the same day? How do we make them work together? Basically, is cardio gonna kill all your gains and vice versa? This is a topic that I talk about with clients often, and it comes up in the fitness industry all the time. And so I figured it was just worth having a short video that you can always refer back to when you're trying to decide what's the best case scenario on how you tackle doing your cardio and your strength training, doing them together, making sure that your gains are still gains, and that making sure your cardio is still getting you more cardio like you would like for it to be. So let's dive into it. So when it comes to doing strength training and cardio together, you absolutely can be doing both. First and foremost, let me always say that you can do both and you should do both. Strength training is good for you. It is good for loading muscle. It is good for bone density over time. We know that we like to build muscle. We know that it helps with your metabolism. All the good things come from strength training, right? Especially if you want to have them gains. You know what I'm saying? We all want to be a little strong. We all want to look toned. We all want to have the arms that we can show off and things like that. And you're not going to get that from dieting alone or doing cardio alone. You need to be doing strength training. We need to be doing progressive overload, essentially working on increasing load or time under tension, creating more difficult scenarios for your muscles over time. That's essentially what we're looking at with progressive overload. I'm not going to go into that topic in major detail, but just know, yes, strength training, we need to do it. Cardio, we also need to do it. Walking is great for you. I encourage all of my clients to walk a ton, but walking is not, for most people, cardio. I know, crazy, but it's something that we need to really think about. Walking is fantastic for us, but we do need to do things that are challenging your system a little bit more. Just like trying to add more load when we're strength training, we want to do the same thing when it comes to cardio. And when it comes to cardio, a lot of people feel like they can't do a ton of cardio without losing out on their gains. And that's just simply not true. We know that we can do both, and it just really depends on what your goal is, right? Which one of your goals is the more prevalent goal or the first priority? And what actually are you trying to achieve from both of them? So let's talk basics here. First, which one should you do first if you are going to be doing them on the same day of training? Because a lot of us are going to do that. We're not necessarily working out every single day. We're not necessarily doing this with the idea of never taking a day off. We'd like to be able to do them all at the same time when we're at the gym. So which one do we do first? It depends. That's not the answer you were looking for, is it? But I'm gonna explain a little bit more. I'm not just gonna leave it at that. So if you are currently working on a cardio specific goal, let's say you're wanting to run a 5K, a 10K, you are training for a half marathon, any of the above, or you are just trying to improve your cardio fitness level, right? Improve your respiratory function while exercising, while doing everyday life. You wanna be able to go hike that mountain and not be dying within the first 5 minutes of starting. Then we might want to prioritize actually doing your cardio prior to your strength training, because that is the main goal. We always want to prioritize whatever the main goal is. So contrary on the other side, if strength is really your goal, if you're trying to build more muscle mass, if you're trying to get stronger, and cardio is just something that you know you need to be doing for health purposes, that you want to maintain, that you want to, you know, see a VO2 improvement potentially, but not necessarily it being for the goal of running a 5K or continuing to see that be kind of, again, your main goal, it's more of a supplement, then you're doing your strength training first. Seems simple enough, right? It is fairly simple, but a lot of people overcomplicate it. So that's part one to that. Now, part two to this is if we're not necessarily doing it on the same day, and I am trying to just incorporate cardio work into my fitness regimen, but I am still focused on, you know, hypertrophy, you know, gaining actual muscle size, seeing more muscle definition. How do I do cardio in a way that doesn't impact my gains, right? So for us to do that, all we need to do is make sure that we are eating enough food, essentially making sure that you're not hungry, not going starving all the time, not doing the things that cause us to feel like we're lightheaded by the end of our workout. Eat enough food throughout the day. Prioritize protein being the other piece of that. So yes, enough food, but also making sure we're prioritizing enough protein across the day. And I've got another video talking about how much protein you need. You can refer to that video. I'll put it in the description. I was about to say subscription, the description below. But essentially a lot of that has to do with making sure that you're eating enough to fuel that. You're not going to lose out on gains. Again, especially if you're not doing it before you strength train and you are eating enough. Now, There may be times that if you decide to do cardio, let's say the day before a leg day, that you are maybe not feeling quite as strong. Your legs are already tired a bit. That maybe won't be ideal for hitting what you like to hit, okay? If we are wanting to focus on strength training, pushing load, hypertrophy, maybe we do that cardio session on the day after our leg day, or again, after your leg day on the same day, to allow your body to prioritize the strength work in that leg workout. So it may be better that we prioritize doing things like cardio on your upper body days, or on days on days after your leg day, or spacing them out from your leg day so that you aren't on tired legs. On the contrary, again, going back to if cardio is your main goal, it is not actually a bad idea to be doing some of your cardio sessions after doing lower body days or leg focused days. Reason being that if your body can learn to work on tired legs, that is actually really great for you. Many times when you're getting into those longer run trainings or longer distance endurance events, you are going to see that sometimes you're going to be doing runs, or they're going to be programmed as a Saturday, Sunday, right? That potentially you're doing a 4 or 5 miles on Saturday and then a 6 miles on Sunday, or something along those lines, right? We need to be able to accumulate mileage over time, or maybe again, it could be another event, swimming, biking, whatever. But typically if we're talking about running, right? Training on tired legs is not a bad thing. If you are going to be doing something like a trail run, an obstacle race, being on tired legs is good for your cardio and can be something that you work to include as well, okay? So I kind of talked about a lot of different scenarios, and the truth of the matter is it is a simple concept, but not necessarily simple in that it one size fits all, but that you have a simple explanation based on your specific goals. So again, to kind of reiterate and make it super simple here, at the end of the day, if strength and hypertrophy, seeing muscle size, muscle gain, is more your primary focus, then we want to prioritize strength training first and do your cardio either after or on separate days. If you are wanting to prioritize getting more physically fit with endurance, seeing your cardio health go up, and that is your primary focus, we want to do that first and prioritize that. Again, you can do these on separate days. You can do them on the same days. It is going to be okay. One of the cool things about if you do your cardio on the day that you're getting your strength training in afterwards, you may be able to not necessarily work quite as hard because of the impact that the strength training is having, right? Your heart rate's already going to be elevated and all of that. That's kind of another topic for another day. But when we think about it, just think about which one of those is really your primary goal. If cardio is just a means to better health for you on top of really wanting to prioritize building muscle, then prioritize your strength training over your cardio. If you are trying to run an event or do better with endurance being your more specific goal, then potentially let's go ahead and prioritize that cardio first and let the strength training be your supplemental lifting. Now, this can change over time. This is kind of the last piece I'll say on this, is that you can change these goals. You do not have to always be a cardio first person or a strength first person. You can go through seasons, you can go through stages of life where you're wanting to do different things. That's the beauty of having all of these different variety of exercises and types of exercise and training that we can do, is that it is not a one size fits all. You may see yourself doing different things throughout your life, and that is perfectly okay. You may in the course of a year go through multiple different stages of things that you enjoy doing, and that is okay. At the end of the day, it is always going to be beneficial for you to do some form of strength training, whether it is supplemental to your cardio gains or if it is the main goal. It is always going to be good for you to do some cardio because it is good for your heart health at the end of the day. And so as long as you're incorporating those in some capacity, fantastic. But pick what is the biggest priority for you right now, focus on that first, and then let the other be the supplemental. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and hit that red subscribe button below. I try to put out content on fitness, nutrition, wellness, and also being a mom and trying to continue my own health and fitness journey and what that looks like as a parent of a now 7-month-old. So I put out that kind of content as well. I also am a Disney travel agent, so you will see information about that stuff in some videos as well. So if you're ever interested in traveling, Disney, Universal, and all of that, I've also got content related to that. It is all on one channel because that is me as a person. I do it all. So if you like that, hit that subscribe, like I said, follow along for more, and we'll catch you next time.